In 300 yards, at Huntercombe roundabout, take the first exit onto Huntercombe Spur heading to M4, London. Exit the roundabout onto Huntercombe Spur. Keep left at the fork. In a quarter of a mile, merge onto M4.
I'm back, leading Britain's conversation in 15 minutes on LBC. Michael Paulson was plotting something.
Yeah, houses on a map. It's what architects do.
And cooking up all manner of wickedness.
there's a shortage of watch repairers. See, yeah, they said, I think they said 4 to 8 weeks or something, 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. And I remember thinking, why does it take so long? And apparently it's quite a complex thing to do. But there you go. Sam in Letchworth says, I think you'd be a great agony uncle. Yeah, maybe you should have a segment on the show with you giving some advice. I do it. I said this morning, go to supermarket garages to get your petrol, you'll save a bit. And in these days when we're all trying to save a bit of money, that would be the place. I mean, I can't, because I've got to check whether they do my particular brand of petrol. It's got to have the number 5 on it, because it's super duper. You really are a magician, Mr. Steve Allen. You even find a light-hearted way to discuss death. Wish we had a little bit of your magic, says Doit and Hannah. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I've always tried to understand. I mean, I'm as bad as the next people, believe you me. I cry at the drop of a hat. I mean, I'm terrible, you know, and we've been to a lot of funerals in our family, and you get affected different ways. But if you can discuss it, you know, then I think it's a lot easier. I think it helped years and years ago. I worked in a department store, but they had a funeral department, and so, which seems a bit bizarre. And sometimes they would, you know, get us boys to help them take somebody out of the back of the hearse and put them into the chapel of rest and things like that. You know, we weren't allowed to interfere with the bodies in any way, shape or form. Yeah, in a department store, yeah. The Co-op used to have a very famous, yes, it was in there, they had a chapel of rest and everything else. And the Co-op used to do funerals. So, you know, it's very, but we just don't talk about it very much. And they're constantly running adverts on the television. I don't know if you've seen them, where they go, I put this through the door, and I notice, you know, I'm saving up for my funeral. And you can now prepay your funeral, and you can and somebody will come and collect you, take you away, and then deliver you back later in a small vase. I mean, I'm not sure about that one, but there you go. Steve, you need a horologist. There's one in Sunbury. Well, it's too late now. The blooming thing's gone away. I've got the same with leather watch straps. I get a rash, says Margaret. See, not just me. Men from where spend longer looking in the mirror than any other UK males? Nottingham. Apparently, the poll of 2,000 British men found that those from the East Midlands city took just over an hour primping and preening themselves before going out. The UK average was 49 minutes. Oh, God's name, you do for 49 minutes? How long does it take? Nottingham bar manager Gavin said looking good was a compliment to the person you were meeting. He said, my ex-girlfriend, you notice ex-girlfriends, used to get really annoyed at me as I took a good 30 minutes longer than her to get ready. I've never really so stupid in my life. What's the matter with you? You just get out, you know, and you sort of keep your hair cut short, and then you sort of tousle it up with a bit of product. That's about it. Folk age 60 and over took the least time, an average of 39 minutes. What, to get ready? How long did
In 2 miles, at junction 3, take the A312 exit to Harrow, Hayes.
I'm getting glammed up in 37 minutes. I'm not sure whether that includes a shower, a shave, or all the rest of it, but whatever it is, it's absolutely ridiculous. Millennials between 25 and 34 took the longest at 61 minutes. 60. You could build a house in the time it takes some of these people to get ready. So, over an hour for men in Nottingham to get themselves ready. Well, I mean, for goodness sake. I mean, the worst thing is that Nottingham is student city. It's like Leeds. It's just full of students, and they don't get ready at all. They don't even have showers. They just sort of, you know, get out there, put on their sort of tie-dye shirts and say, yeah, man, let's go and have a drink, you know. You know what students are like? They're like that all over the blooming place. It's terrible. Never anything like it. I never understand it. It's 61 minutes to get ready. They must be incredibly slow. Incredibly slow. I mean, to be honest with you, all you've got to do is, you know, you've got to put a pair of socks on, put a pair of pants on, put a pair of jeans on, and a coat and a shirt. I mean, it's not difficult, is it? I don't know why people sort of worry about all these times getting ready. I used to have a friend of mine, and his other half used to be in the bathroom for at least an hour and a half in the mornings. I mean, you feel like putting a camera in the bathroom, saying, what are you doing for that amount of time in the bathroom? Do people sort of sit there going, I don't know, do I look good? I mean, I don't really, I've got past that stage. As anybody who works with me will tell you. I mean, I can't be bothered. I put on a clean shirt every morning, and you know, you have to, you know, try and make the best of myself, you know, make myself look attractive. Not that it's working, but I mean, you know, at least I'm making the effort. At least I'm making the effort. Nice to see that the stars were showing support for Ukraine at BAFTA the other day. Benedict Cumberbatch hopes to home a refugee. Loads of people have said that they're doing that as well, so that's good news. He looked very smart. The trouble is, for men, we don't get the opportunity to sort of dress up and look completely different, you know, unless you're is it Perry Grayson, who sort of at least gets the opportunity.
In a quarter of a mile at junction 3, take the A312 exit to Harrow, Hayes.
It's about as boring as it gets, I'm afraid. Although I did think that the last time I saw Bond out, he was wearing a very nice velvet jacket. I thought at least it made a bit of a difference. But we all liked Benedict Cumberbatch, he looked fine, and his wife, Sophie Hunter. Again,
Exit at junction 3.
you know, just a plain dress, but looking very nice. Timeless, totally timeless. Get people, oh, I've got to go, I've just realised. Listen, don't forget to download my free...
In a quarter of a mile at Cranford Parkway interchange, take the 4th exit onto the Parkway, A312.
And catch up on your favourite LBC shows and a range of brilliant podcasts. And I've got an extra one this week. You can download Saturday's podcast as well. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning for Steve Allen's Early Breakfast between 4 and 7. Go to the LBC website, lbc.co.uk, download the app, and then you can download all the podcasts, and it costs you nothing, free. It's our gift to you. Coming up at 10 o'clock this morning, it's James O'Brien. But right now, the best start to the week, the Monday Breakfast with Nick Ferrari.
Thanks, Steve. At 7 o'clock on Monday, March the 14th, it's time now then to open the doors to Ukrainian refugees. Michael Gove.
It is a big commitment, and that's why we're providing £350 per month for every household that comes here. It's also the case that we're providing money to local authorities.
Russian missile strikes get dangerously close to Poland. Some estimates put it up below 10 miles, others at around 15. But remember, one attack on a NATO member is attack on all. Death of a US photojournalist.
My friend is Brent Renault, and he's been shot and left behind.
And how is he?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I saw him being shot in the neck.
Sadly, it was a fatal shooting. And off to Saudi Arabia for more oil.
What I would like to see is an energy strategy that's based on the
Exit the roundabout onto the Parkway.
countries, Saudi Arabia or other countries.
Plus, you've heard of panic at the pumps. Now there's almost fights at the pumps. Stay tuned after the 7 o'clock news on LBC.
Continue on the Parkway for 1 mile.
On Global Player and
Play LBC.
leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC.
From Global's newsroom at 7 o'clock, officials in Washington claim Russia has asked China for military assistance in its continued invasion of Ukraine. The US has warned of consequences if Beijing agrees to help and lets the Kremlin get around sanctions. Ukraine's president has reiterated his call for a no-fly zone in his country after Russian forces struck a military base near the border with Poland, killing 35 people. Volodymyr Zelensky says it's only a matter of time before missiles land in NATO territories.
Last year, I made a clear warning to NATO leaders that if there were no tough preventative sanctions against Russia, it would start a war. We were right. I've been saying for a long time that Nord Stream is a weapon that will hit Europe. Now it's obvious.
A new round of talks between Ukraine and Russia is expected to start this morning. Yesterday, reports suggested there'd been progress on both sides. The UK is providing Ukraine with hundreds of portable generators to help ease power cuts currently crippling the country, and 21 Ukrainian children with cancer have arrived in England to receive treatment. LBC's James Goodison has more.
The children and their families arrived last night. They're going to be assessed before receiving treatment at appropriate NHS hospitals. This as we await further details of a sponsorship scheme which will pair Ukrainian refugees with British volunteers. We're expecting an announcement today ahead of the website going live, and it's thought the first refugees will arrive by Friday.
Benedict Cumberbatch says he will offer to rehouse a Ukrainian refugee. The actor spoke about the importance of supporting those fleeing the conflict.
In a quarter of a mile at Wagoners Roundabout, take the 2nd exit and stay on the Parkway, A312.
Some kind of a refugee safety and a haven here for people who are suffering. Everyone needs to do as much as they can. I think already today the news is great that there's been a record number of people volunteering to take people into their homes, and I hope to be part of that myself.
A
The Power of the Dog won the top prize at the BAFTAs. The Netflix Western took Best Film and Best Director for Jane Campion. Will Smith won Best Actor for King Richard, and Best Actress went to Joanna Scanlon for After Love. In the city, the FTSE 100 will reopen at 71.55 after closing up 56 points on Friday, and the pound buys $1.30 and €1.19. LBC weather: cloud and rain moving east across Northern Ireland, much of Scotland and into northern England. Sunny spells and scattered showers further south, and a high of 13 degrees. From Global's newsroom for LBC, I'm Simon Conley.
What should I watch? You may well ask. No need to worry with Sky Glass. This TV knows and summons quick your favourite things for you to pick.
Exit the roundabout onto the parkway. Continue on A312 for 1.5 miles.